What's up, guys? How you doing, Frisco? How you doing? How you
I'm
doing?
doing good, baby. How are you doing, baby?
Feeling hot.
Uh,
Feeling hot.
yeah.
Feeling hot. Why are we feeling hot?
We're feeling hot because we just got done with the core regional today. I got second place. My God. How did how did you do, Jose?
I think I got top 8.
What?
Woo!
No
Baby!
way.
Bro, and
And then we
playing an aggro deck. A
I know,
blue aggro deck, dude. A
I know.
blue aggro deck.
Blue aggro, baby. Yeah, and we played the exact same 50 cards.
Exactly. Yeah. Super fun. Super fun. Crazy experiments like always. Like
Hmm
Frisco puts something really, really broken, and I just take it for a test run on a tournament. It just works out.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go right into it.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
let's
it.
do it. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna be talking about our boy. We're gonna take care of the glare. It's Mr. Soul Striker, baby. Let me
Yeah,
switch real
buddy.
quick. Hey, on an old classic.
Yeah, so if you don't know what Soul Striker does, so Soul Striker is he's reboot leader from the OG from set one. He swings, draws a card, that's normal. He has a self awakener. When you play a 3 specified cost unison, you get to awaken and draw 2. Well, the great thing about this leader, he really is a draw 2, untap 2, because when you swing, you get to untap 2 mono blue energy. On the front, you can also, instead of drawing the card, you can untap one. Hasn't really come up much, but you have the ability to if you feel like you need to do that.
In case you, that's why I played it, because in case that you were wondering, I'm still hung up on Yellow Baby because I like to untap in 2 and draw 2. So
Exactly. It's still right, and you can actually stay at 6 life and still do it. You don't have to be at 2 or 3 or anything like that.
yeah, I heard like drawing cards is good. So
Try. It's
I'm trying to
these.
stick to that. Okay,
It's
cool.
it's these. So let's go over like the meat of the deck and what this deck does. It is the Janemba chain. Surprise!
Surprise,
So
surprise.
surprise. So the Janemba 3 drop. This card is really good. You can actually hardcast them for 3, or you can bounce a skillless card, skillless battle card of 2 costs, back to your hand to play it for free. He's a dual attack 19k. If you end the turn with him on the board, you have to warp him. So the goal is not to leave him on the board in itself.
Yes.
Um,
A quick learning that I had today. If he gets Mafuba at the end, when Mafuba goes away, he also goes away. So, but like most baby decks are at least playing one Mafuba in play. Uh, be careful about it.
yes, Mafuba is a feel bad for sure. And one way to kind of evolve into your chain is going into the 5-star ball. This is a traditional Dark Dragon Ball. It's a 5K if you want to pitch for it to like combo out of the attack. But also you can activate it, place it over the 3 drop. You can only activate the 5-star Dragon Ball over a 3 drop Janemba, and it can grab the 4 drop Janemba Xeno
We're,
into from your hand or your deck into play.
mm-hmm. And it's really cool because so you get so many swings, right? So you're getting it's just free real estate. Like
Yes.
you got this guy for free for bouncy and skillless, which we're gonna go in more detail on how. Then uh, we also get the Dragon Ball free, which I'm gonna show you pretty soon as well. And
Yep.
now you're tutoring this from the deck or your hand. So
Yep.
fantastic, right?
And
So
and then the 4 drop is really cool, is because if they don't have if they don't have any battle cards in the battle area, or if they have things that can't be removed, like like barrier stuff, you get to untap 1, draw 1. Also, watch out for things like Baby Hatch and stuff like that. So Baby Hatch is like the only battle card, has to be removed from game, right? So they didn't actually warp it, so they didn't pay the cost. So you get to still untap 1, draw 1. So if they still decide to like choose the card and they think like, oh, I'll stop here, untap 1, draw 1, they have to pay the cost by sending the battle card to the warp. But since if a card says they can't go to the warp, it has to go removed from game, it's a little different.
yeah, that's good. What's the next one? We go
6 drop, baby.
6 drop, baby. So this guy is a big boy. He
He's a
is
big boy.
25k, dual attack, crit, and guess what? When you EX evolve for 1 blue, he untaps and draws you 2 cards.
Yep.
What is it that we said? That drawing cards is pretty good? Yeah, drawing cards
Drawing
is pretty
cards is decent. Yeah, you draw a lot of cards in this deck. Yeah, paying 1 energy just to draw 2 cards and dual attack 25k crit.
good. Mm-hmm.
Decent. And
Decent.
super decent. Puts
Uh,
out a lot of pressure.
Pretty straightforward, but so far, let's look back, right? So we have 2 swings, 3, 5 swings, where you actually went -1 because you played the board, -1 to play it, another -2 total. Then you get gain 1, and you gain 2-1. So you went +2, +2 by just doing this, and that's not even counting the fact that they're crit.
Exactly, right. They definitely multiply, and they definitely gain a lot more advantage when you start swinging with crit with 5 times right there. It's just insane amount of pressure.
It's just the both the concrete hand advantage and the virtual one is just insane.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yep.
Okay. Now, how do we get the whole chain started? I'll keep it
Yeah.
here.
How do we do that, Jose?
So, we need to get skill assists, right? And obviously, we're going to use Goku because Goku's the broken character, right? Awesome. I hate Goku.
By the way,
I'm a Vegeta guy myself.
if you don't replace these Gokus with the SS2 Gohans in set 13, you're just doing it wrong. Just an FYI.
They're just shiny. This looks nice in foil, so I had
They're
them.
the best ones.
So how do we get them?
I think we use a Son Goku Nimbus Master. So what Nimbus Master does, it's a combo from hand, 110k. At the end of battle, you get to get a skillless guy from your drop or from your deck, 2 costs or less, and put into play. So the cool thing about this is like it's kind of like the Saiyan Instincts and like the generic Soul Striker decks, right? Instead of like you're paying 2 to draw 2, you're really just protecting life with Nimbus Master and starting your chain that way. And it just basically enables the entire deck and just to get your skillless guys.
Exactly. And how do we get the? What if I don't see Nimbus Master? How is there any way that I can bring the Tugas, or do I have to hardcast it?
I mean, well, the good thing about the skillless guys with the leader, so like a lot of people like to play reboot hit with this because you get a free skillless. Well, Soul Striker, hard to say it actually does that already too, right? You can just hardcast it for 2 energy, swing later, untap 2. Hey, you played your skillless guy for free anyways, and then you still get to swing with it if you want to.
Yep.
So this deck is super energy efficient, so you don't actually have to resolve Nimbus Master to get a skillless guy on board. And spoiler alert, there'll be more ways.
Also, we need to tutor things, right?
We do need 2 things. So Mechikabura, the Broken Seal, is really good because he can actually tutor your Dark Dragon Balls from your deck and put them in your hand. And you can do that once per turn, right? So besides actually naming cards that actually stop you from like trying to win the game, right? So you can name Frieza's Charismatic Villain, you can name like all like the baby negates and stuff like that, the battle cards, and stop them from coming into play. And it enables your chain, and basically Soul Striker to untap 2 is basically you can play it for free and still do your entire chain on that same turn while playing a Mechikabura. It's really strong, it's really good, and it basically makes the deck super consistent.
These are 2 of the 3 most desirable cards in your opening hand.
Yeah, definitely the 3-drop Janemba because you only have 3. You only have 4 of them in the deck, right? So if you don't see the 3-drop, you can't really do the chain. So yeah, it's really important to find that 3-drop Janemba for sure.
Never charge the Janemba 3-drop. Never.
Yeah.
And
it's really good.
Something that Frisco taught me also, keep account that if you charge a 4-drop, now you can afford to charge a 6-drop because the only way that you can play a 6-drop and get a lot of value is for evolving it on top of the 4-drop. So keep into account that you charge 1, so that means that there's 1 less 6-drop that you can play. So now you get like a mandatory blue energy that you can charge if you draw multiple copies of them.
Yep, and then the good thing about actually, there's a lot of times that you can hardcast the 3-drop and the 4-drop because Soul Striker just lets it basically be 2 less energy the first time you play it, right? So you can even play hardcast the 4-drop, swing with it, untap 1, Soul Striker untaps 2. You can potentially play the 4-drop for 1 energy.
But wait a minute, you're telling me to tap out on 4? So how do I make sure that I untap every time?
Well, let's go into it.
Let's go, baby.
So I want to give a shout out to Matthew Coombs on this one. I always had this Unison in the deck. Matthew Brushes. He definitely recommended that you bring this up to 4 instead of the baby Unison. The cool thing about this Unison is 1, it's specified cost 3, so it can help you early awaken. 2, the -1 is actually really good. It lets you play a skillless battle card or a battle card that costs 2 in your hand and with its skills negated, a Saiyan, and then you get to play it, right? So you get to also play your skillless Goku from your hand, or you can actually play your super combo from hand and it's actually negated, right? So if you have, we play in the Vegeta super combo, we'll go over that, and then you can play that from hand, and that since that Vegeta is negated based off the Unison, you can actually use that as a target to bounce it back with the 3-drop Janemba, which is really cool.
Absolutely. So your curve looks like You can do Nimbus Master on turn 1 to get a skill list if you need to. So if you need to defend like a 20, a 15 crit or something, you can do that.
Yeah.
If not, turn 1, you just charge blue, take the damage. You swing,
Yep.
draw. Right? Because you want to keep the main key, you want to keep hand advantage. Right? Turn 2, you're going to go into Mekikabura and disrupt their their curve. Disturb their curve. Right?
Yep.
The charismatic villains, the Gohan GT, 3-drops, the prospects, all that stuff, right?
Yep.
Then you get to search for a Janemba, right? You swing again with your leader only, draw a card. That's it. You don't swing with him. You don't want him because you want to keep more value in getting these pesky Janemba from your deck.
Exactly.
Now you're gonna take damage. Turn 2, they're not gonna kill you, right? Or maybe they're turn 3. Obviously, there's some instances when you're playing against an aggro deck, you may choose to not play the Mekikabura yet, so you can.
Yep.
But that's why you save the Nimbus Master.
Mm-hmm.
Turn 3, that's our explosive turn. Now, we play this. We awaken a 6 life. We draw 2. Now we get to do our things, right? So you can, unless you're playing against a deck that plays Samasu Super Combo, you can swing multiple times. So now here you have the potential of 3 swings. 4 with leader, do -1, get him, 5,
Yeah.
bounce him back, 6, 7, 8, and
Yep.
now this is super cool because the fact that you use -1, you bounce 2, so now you can guarantee that these triggers.
Exactly. Yep. So you get the untap one, draw one. So then, just to keep on track right here. So this means you're going to have 3 open energy still. So at this point, you can go into 6-drop, being the 6-drop, or you can actually hard cast another 3-drop Janemba and do the whole chain again. You can even do just hard cast another 3-drop, swing, do another ball, and then you can untap with another 4-drop. And then if you have a bean, you can actually still play double 6-drop on turn 3, which I actually did a couple times too, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, none of them have unique. That's the other thing.
Yep.
So where was it? We're at 8. Then on top, and now you get 2 more. 10.
Yep.
10 swings on turn 3, where most of them are crit, and they're on 20Ks.
Yep.
So
exactly.
pretty decent. And on top of that, you're drawing a bunch of cards and making your opponent discard cards because it's their crit, right? They either take it or spend their hand. So I'm gonna put them in.
From a scale from 1 to 10, Jose, how well did SS3 Gogeta Unison perform for you?
Oh my goodness, it's still working. It's like covering shifts for the Migra Unison because the Migra Unison is still working, bro. It just does too much work, but
yeah,
amazing. It's been amazing. Like there was some turns because of Soul Striker you're opening, right? You can actually, when you have a Unison on board, you can just swing with him, swing with the Soul Striker. They say that they do like a Nimbus or something. You cannot swing with Power Cards anymore. Now you can just focus on swinging with Unisons, and you can just replace it with play another Unison, which we're going to show. Yep. We have also Mr. Baby, in case we don't see the Gogeta Unison, for just the drawing power, really, and just keeping presence for counterplay and whatnot.
Yeah, and 6 Unison seems like the good number to do because 4, you don't see it enough. 6 is like, hey, if you don't see it in your opener, you still have a great possibility of still drawing it. 6 seems like the good number. Baby Unison is only really good when you want to do like the -5, but it doesn't really come up that often. You're drawing 1 card, right? So Baby Unison, play it, you get to cycle it. So you get 1 swing for 15k, and then you basically stay at the same hand size. With SS3 Gogeta, in comparison, right, you get 3 20k swings. That's already netting you more than the 1 card that you're going to draw if you already have your chain. Baby Unison is only really good once they have to focus on it and make sure it has below 5 markers to do Baby 5, basically, the Golden Avenger.
Yep, all this stuff is really cool. He's permanent. When you have, if let's say that you have 3 energy and you want to have the opponent to have to swing into other things or swing at the Unison instead of because your hand may be suboptimal, you can just hard cast another 2-drop, swing with it, and now they have to either swing at the Unison or swing at the 20k. They're both 20ks, so they still have to spend resources. So now a lot of times happen that people swung on my leader and they forgot. It's like, well, I don't take damage. Like, cool.
Yep, it happened to me a couple times as well. Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
don't be discouraged by, I know you only get to have 3 or 2 markers on the Unison where you get to play it. It's still actually relatively tanky because it's a 20k and invest either card resources or them to play it. And then if you have a heroic prospect behind it, it's kind of hard to get off board. Or if they still put a lot of pressure into the Unison to get off board, it's still fine because then you can just put another one next turn and do the entire chain
right.
with another Gojo Unison. So it is what it is.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
Yep. Very cool. Now we're playing Unison, so we need to play counterplay.
yep.
Very, very useful, especially on against blue when they're gonna play their Gohan GTs and whatnot. You just you play. Make sure that you always play Unison first to make sure that you're 2 counters before you do anything, so you can bounce stuff.
Exactly. Yep. Play your Unison first. You get to play God Sealing. Basically, it's a counter for anything that doesn't have deflect. Doesn't matter the cost. Bounce back to the hand.
Get
So
rid, get rid of the
charismatic
topos.
villains, your topos. Yep. All those.
Against Red Piccolo, very important too.
Yeah, exactly. You can get rid of the, if they're trying to play drums, just shrink your dude, exactly. Right? So you always want to God Sealing that, or you can even Mechie that and name it. You usually want to use the Mechie and the God Sealing usually more offensively, right? So if you know what they're going to be playing to try to stop you, it's very easy to like, oh, I'll just God Sealing your topo or God Sealing your drum, whatever, or just Mechie and play it and use the God Sealing defensively, right? So basically, we had to cut down to 3 for best of 1. How did you feel about it?
Actually, 3 felt good. Felt great.
Okay. Yeah, I missed the 4th. I didn't really miss it in the tournament. It doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies only having 3. I want 4, but it's probably fine at 3.
Yeah. Actually, I would have probably won if I had the 4th one.
Right.
On the last match, but it's okay. Like I should have charged it on turn 1. That's my fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, staple. We always play them, and you know, SPRs, they have to be FPRs. Have to be.
Yeah. Right. They still look so nice. Let's go over. Yeah, a road prospect.
I don't have the fancy ones. Frisco has the fancy ones.
I do have the fancy ones, but that's okay.
I only have one. I only have one.
Basically, it's a 3 cost, but it's a 1-drop negate. If you have a Unison on board, if they try to attack with something greater than energy, they have to bottom deck 2 cards, basically, to swing with battle cards greater than their energy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Really good against Red Brawly, Dark Brawly, sometimes with Edgix against like the SS4 Bardock, Overrealm, fighting against Fate, stuff like that. How do you feel about it, Jose?
No, it was fantastic. And the part that I like the most is that he comes in play for once for energy, right? The next turn, you know, he also helps you not take damage. So now they have to either deal with a Unison, or deal with your prospect, or deal with your but they have to deal with these 2, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's also just a 1-drop negate that you can, you get a body out of it, right? So it's better just negate, get the body rather than like dematch or something like that sometimes.
Absolutely. Sensumi, we're playing blue, of course. We want to extend our plays. For me, it was very relevant. 1 game. I actually I did all my Janembas. I hardcast the 4th drop. I untap 1. Then I open. I swung with my Unison. I give it a Sensumi, so now he's a 25 dual attack. I open the second Sensumi. I used it just to open a 3rd one, put it to 30. Then I spent 3 energy to go and play another Unison and swing 2 more times. So
Senzu Bean is a very flexible card. It can either be a turn extender or it can be a consistency booster. Because like if you don't have a skills, you didn't see a Nimbus Master, you didn't see a super combo or a Goku skills to play, you can still Senzu Bean, hard cast a 3-drop, and do the entire chain. And you can even still untap 1 energy with the 4-drop and go into the 6-drop if you need to. So it's a very flexible card, and you can use it in multiple different ways. It's good defensively, offensively. Whatever you wanted, whatever you needed to be in that situation, basically.
For me, always used it offensively. How about you?
Yeah, it's typically an offensive. Yeah, it's really good defensively against King Piccolo, but it actually won me offensively at least 1 game for sure.
And you might be thinking, oh, there's gonna be things that are gonna pop your energy or make you discard. You have your Unison, so you just bounce them up. Okay, standard. Yeah, this.
Yes, yeah, I would say D Magic is it's a standard card. It feels a little lackluster when you don't use your defensive energy as well. You know, with Nimbus Master, it's cool. You can like open up a second energy to make sure you Nimbus Master and stuff like that. But Bean also solves for that purpose, right? We just wanted hard negates, right? That's the main focus of it. Just have a couple of hard negates just to make room for Sensu Bean. That's why we had to cut it a little bit.
Yep. For me, the main thing was on turn 3 is mostly when I tap out because I want to be aggressive. I'm trying to kill you on turn 3. Uh, Frisco most of the times is actually more controlly. But I'm trying to kill on turn 3. So by turn 3, I'm drawing so much I don't have sparking. So that's why having 4 of these, it would be just like pointless.
Yeah, you see too many of them for sure.
Standard super cambers.
Yes, this is a super combo I was referring to beforehand with the Gogeta Unison, right? So you can play him off the Gogeta Unison with the -1, and then since his skills are negated, he's considered a skillless, so he's a target for your 3-drop to bounce back, which is really cool. Important note, the bottom decking to draw 2 is really relevant because if you draw too many 4-drops or the balls, you can actually super combo bottom deck either or to make sure you plus off the ball or the mech you to search for the ball to make sure you always have a target. Or even the skillless guy, right? So if you have too many skills in hand, you want to get it from the deck with Nimbus Master, you can always bottom deck that. I use a lot of my time super combos offensively just to make sure I plus off those triggers and stuff like that.
Yep, I agree, 100%. Yep. Yeah. The only thing I was gonna say, like what Frisco was saying about playing him from the hand with the Unison. The Unison reads a two cost Saiyan.
Right.
2 costs or less. So.
Yep.
And then you get to get his value, then bounce him back with Janemba, so you never lost your super combo.
Exactly, right. And then just a heads up that it opens up counter window 1 when you do the -1, right? So they have to respond to it before you even commit to playing the super combo, unless they do like a battle card negate or whatever, which, typically God Sailing, you're probably going to have that in your hand anyways to counter their counter kind of thing. So just keep that in mind that before you just slap play whatever you want to do with the -1, that counter window 1 opens up and they have to respect it.
Same when you bounce this guy. You have to like activate main, and they have to blindly counter.
Well, not for the 3-drop. You have to reveal the 3-drop that you're activating.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you have to reveal it, but they have to. It doesn't come into play immediately, so they still under window 1 is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, but regardless, you still bounce the 2-drop back in your hand for sure.
Exactly. No matter even if they countered, you get to bounce it. Back.
Exactly.
And finally, our one-offs. Just because it's best of 1.
Yeah.
Wanted removal to make sure that these 4-drop we can tap out for it and get his full resolve. Baby, because we're playing blue. I mean, hello.
Yeah. How'd you feel about the 1? Did you see it when you needed to see it kind of thing?
I kind of wanted a second one.
Yeah. I seem like I saw it whenever I needed it kind of thing because turn 5 is so late in the game. Since you're not playing Baby Unison, the max you'd ever play is 2. It's between 1 or 2.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a second, but I'm biased just because my only loss today was to Baby.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason.
You want to resolve multiples of those, yeah. That professor comes into play, and then you can have more inside.
But like anything that is not blue related, I don't care. Only 1 is fine. Right. And obviously, secret rare, hatch. Terrible card. Terrible card. Doesn't win me games ever, except every time that I play it.
Absolutely terrible. Why would you ever want to stop all people's attacks? It's just terrible. But if you don't know what it does, it's an 8-drop. If you have to have 3 energy, you get to pitch a card from hand, play a 40k single strike for free. They can't attack for the turn, right? So unless they do a counter with Cooler or Baby 5, it's going to come into play. They're not going to be able to attack anymore. Busted.
And card's so bad that it costs $395 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remarkable.
That's all we got. That's deck was fun. I like the fact that you can be aggro without being concerned about being glass cannon.
Yep.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's definitely a deck that you have more control over your aggression, and then you have control over the aspects of what your opponent is trying to do, right? So having the ability to play God Sealing and Mecha Kabura to name their options that that they're going to try to stop you with, and preventing those up front, it feels really good too. And you're not getting punished with it too, because the leader itself is so energy efficient.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So,
do you want to do any shout-outs?
Shout-outs to our team's sponsor, FOE,
yes,
PPG. We're the new acquisition, new family. Loving it right now. Eddie is the new captain. Doing a good job. Shout out to Machado that George, he also got top 16, right?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Top
yeah, yeah.
16.
With Android 16.
He had to play. He had to play against Frisco. That's funny.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So yeah, FOE this weekend we all did good. We all were
Yes.
top 16, top
Yeah.
4, top 10, top 16, respectively. Shout out to our peeps, our TXG people. Frisco, Matthew, Richard,
Yeah, buddy.
Josilo, the other chat that we have in private. So yeah, that's all. I just like catching up again, getting back into dusting off the rust, getting back into competitive mode. It's feeling good. So,
You're turning those gears, bro. You're doing well these past events. Huh? You're killing it.
you're the one who got second, not me. What are you talking
I know.
about?
Stop it. Yeah,
Stop
same
it.
shout out to you. Same shout out to you. Thanks to FOE, PPG, whatnot. It's been great so far, and it's been a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile.
Yeah, awesome. And you have any questions? You know where to reach us. Facebook, Discord. You know what it is? Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Peace.